Let's taste the potato first, which this is the third piece of potato that I'm tasting. Soft, but the only flavor I'm getting is habanero. Let's taste the pop. Exactly. Let's taste the pop. Any gravy? Hello? Wow. It's tasting like gorimas. It's tasting like a spice shop. Wow, I just got taken somewhere. I got taken somewhere. Wherever this took me, thank you for that. Thank you so much. And I'm also kind of realizing that I don't have that much milk left. I hope it's enough for this tea. You didn't use the okra nut today, no. But I do have some left over. There it is. If you are craving potato curry, make it. For me, it doesn't matter what time it is. If it's 2 a.m. and I'm craving potato curry, like really craving it to the point that I can't sleep, I'm getting up and I'm going to make it. And I know I can cook potato curry in under 30 minutes. If you're not already following, follow for more. If you love food content, if you love Sean, if you love free spirit ideology, if you love vegetarian food, cooking, eating shows, and more, this is where you can get them. Get more of Sean by clicking follow. For as long as I eat, there will be a live, maybe. I love cooking. You know, I feel like I'm living my dreams when I get to cook for the internet. You like yellow potato? With when it's made with dried chilies, yes. Dried chilies, yellow potato with dried chilies and roti. But my roti mustn't be the ghee roti. It must be, if it's yellow potato, it must be like a drier roti. Like maybe a ghee roti, not so oily, not so rich, maybe drier, or a mealie meal roti. What's next? The milk. And I know this much is true. Potato curry and yellow dal. Won't the dal get lost in the curry? You're shocked at the price of UTD potato. You're probably talking about a supermarket, right? Go buy it in the CBD. Go support somebody who's selling it. When I buy vegetables from somebody that's selling on the street, I know that that person's going to use the money. Now, if I'm paying a Pick and Pay, I don't know where the money's going. I'm resourceful, Zainab. I'm smart, I'm skilled, and I'm resourceful. I think they call it hustler mindset, where you have a bunch of things working for you. For instance, my digital products. I have a digital meditation planner. I have a meditation for stress and anxiety course with 12 lessons that I personally recorded. I'm in those videos. I have 4 ebooks that I wrote that I put for sale through the link in my bio. I have a coaching business which I launched somewhere around the beginning of May. So I have taken a lot of time to think about where must my income come from? And I've put things in place to make sure that plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. Here's the tea. If you're coming for carnitas, you're a day late. You're a day late. And now I guess I should eat on the same level with you. Zainab, you have no idea about whether my income is stable, but you seem to have all of these misconceptions about my life and my budget. And I don't think your question is coming out of concern or helpfulness. I think it's coming out of how can he do that? I don't feel a need to explain anything to you. You don't know about months, so just stay off that topic. Keep your head out of my budget unless you're purchasing my products, which in that case, enjoy what I've delivered to you. It's so. It's tasting like. It's tasting like my great old ancestor made this. Thanks to me for channeling whatever flavors are here. Thanks, Adeline. You can see the specks of habanero right there. It is. Thanks, Desiree. Whatever characteristics you admire, make sure to embody those. If you want to be more confident, do it. If you want to be more courageous, do it. If you want to take more risk in your life, do it. Wow. Wow. This is hitting me as good as the vegetable stew did. The vegetable stew was a game changer. Thanks, Savvy, for that recipe. Thanks for encouraging me to make it. But it really changed my life, and I think this potato curry also changed my life. It is hot. Let's see how hot. Okay, not too much sweat. Don't forget the cucumbers here, right? I think I need a fork for them. So, sometimes people talk about marry me meals. If I wanted to be proposed to, I would cook the vegetable stew for that person, and then I would cook this for that person. So before that, I had nothing on the menu. Better than breakfast. Honestly, I think the more riper habaneros get, the more the heat is set off by the sweetness. So this heat, it's good, but it looks like it's the best I can get from these chilies. Any advice for getting out of debt? The snowball method helps. You might have to Google that one. Thanks, JD. I love that there's gravy. Thanks, Jana. If there wasn't gravy, it wouldn't be worth it for me. Thanks, ESP. Wow, my inner child is rejoicing. I would like to go back to my younger self and to tell my younger self the person you want to be like when you grow up is you. It doesn't make sense to you right now. I know you think you're a nothing, nobody, worthless piece of shit, but the person you're going to grow up and be like, it's really you. You're going to overcome all of these tragedies, sufferings, crude, fucked up, weird people, and you're going to thrive and flourish in your life. This is potato curry pap. To those that like eggs, you know what? If you made this potato curry and you did put eggs in it, it would be good for you if you like that. This is pap and potato curry. The milk tea does help, and especially if you have a cooling type of vegetable. Thanks, ESP. Thank you. The cooling vegetable, it's nice to balance your foods. You see on some of those spicy foods, they have this yogurt soup type thing. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Like I was craving the biryani that has the mas thing in it. Who knows what I'm talking about? On a scale of 1 to 10, the habanero is a 2. The sour milk salad. I want to eat biryani with the sour milk salad. Somebody let me know where I can get that. The food is warm now, it's not hot anymore. Majan? Where in Majan? It's so delicious. It's so nourishing and so fulfilling. It's one thing when your food is delicious, that's expected. It's another thing when it feels like it's filling up your soul. Oh, Zilly, I think that topic, I don't think it's relevant for this evening. But if you want to come back another time, I think we can talk about that. Something else you might find interesting, Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder being the spine. Now the challenge is not making it. The challenge is where do I get the biryani? Whose live is it, Rascal? Sweet milk tea, pap and potato curry, spicy potato curry, side salad of cucumbers. Follow me for more content, lives, cooking, eating shows, and so on. Oops, I kind of forgot this is going to YouTube, so I need to, keep myself in the frame and all of those things. Slurp. That one I need more clarity on. This potato curry, I think I should get beyond sausage and I should put it in this potato curry. Recreate it exactly the same way. I remember the recipe. I don't even need to remember the recipe. It's going to be on my YouTube. Someday my YouTube will be a content library of vegetarian recipes. And it has been my dream since I was 6 years old. Bye, Rascal. Take care. Okay, you're getting somewhere. I'm like barely tasting this. I'm barely tasting the chili. But as you can see with habanero, it's not a mouth burn. It's not even a head burn. It's a radiating of heat from the top of your head. Try Gamda and Madran. The most spiciest thing I've had, Lindsay, is the Rocco Mama's dynamite. That was the most spiciest thing I ever had. What's Governor in Madrid? Oh, to get the biryani. What time you plan on sleeping tonight? This movie will be done in 30 minutes. And I want to watch the movie. Probably around 11 or 12. Rocco Mama's. I even remember where I had it. I had it at Gateway. And I even remember the sweat on my head. Muchacho's Dynamite, I haven't tried that one. Governors in Midjan. Okay, so there's Andals, there's Governors, there's Harry's Cafe, there's World of Samosas. I haven't tried Bulldog 2X Spicy. I've tried Bulldog Original Spicy. Eat it with a straight face. No, I definitely am experiencing the spice, but the hottest I've had is the Rocco Mamas. And I did have it in 2018. So they might have changed their formulation since then. I just Googled it right now. Thanks, Neelan. Yeah, their hottest now is called. Where is it? Oh, they have veg burgers. Interesting. Where's the sauces? Mofo. It's called Mofo. That's what it's called. You've had the 3X spicy. I've only seen the 2X spicy if you're talking about Bulldog. What is that? Okay. If you're talking about Bulldog, I've only had 2X. I've only seen 2X spicy. I didn't even know 3X spicy is in South Africa. This is potato curry with pap. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. As I do this, it also, makes me envision my future season, what that apartment is going to look like, and how easier I want it to be to maneuver myself in the kitchen where things are not falling off, making noises and stuff. Hi, Kingman, doing well, and you? Oh my God, look at that. This is what it looks like. Check that out. Check that thick sauce. Look at that sauce. Oh my God. Check it out. Gravy is one of the beauties of curry. If your curry is missing gravy, I'm sorry. You should have added more water. There's still time. And now with knorr soup, you can make it thick as if it was never run in the first place. But then you're going to lose the flavor. Yeah, it is thick. The thing about adding knorr soup is that you lose the flavor. It takes on a whole different flavor. Look at that. It's glistening, and I didn't even have to add Norox or Knorr or any of those things that have. Sometimes you watch the advert of the Knorr, the Norox, and you see this. The stew that they made is so shiny. It's shiny, it's glistening. I didn't have to do that. I got it naturally. My plan for today was not potato curry, it was okra and tomato something. But then intuition hit me, and that's what it was like. Those potatoes you're waiting to eat with the butter beans curry, why don't you just eat it as, in its own thing, make potato curry, and I did. What happened to soul meal? Sunday's soul meal probably went out at 6:30. Are you saying you didn't receive it? Thanks, Debbie. Oh my God. There's no Sunday soul meal? No, it did go out. Yeah, it went out at 6:30, like I scheduled. If you didn't receive it, you might have unsubscribed, or you didn't click confirm when you signed up, so you don't receive any soul mails. All you need to do is find that email that says confirm your subscription and click it, and you should start receiving them. Brad, I use 3, and it's not that hot. I mean, there are levels of heat that I've experienced that are not as hot as this. Thanks, Neelan. One alone is hot, but they are so orange that they're entering sweetness territory. What did you do today? Cook breakfast. No, shave my head firstly. Cook breakfast. I made oats with peanut butter and banana. I went to check out if KFC if I can get the hash burger, but my voucher didn't work. I did a breakfast live. Um, I spent most of the afternoon editing my solo journeys video, which is me going to Oriental Plaza. And then I'm now doing dinner live. I also made the dinner live introduction video. I cooked dinner in dinner live. Um, and I watched a little bit of the movie The Wailing. So I did do a lot today. But today was not one of those days where I uploaded like 9 YouTube videos. It's not one of those days. Hi, Claire. You need to visit Mall of the South. Is it in the South? But where? Okay, the curry is almost over. I'm not sure if I have space for dessert. Near Glen Vista. I missed your cooking today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Claire. You'll get all of the lives on my YouTube channel. Which, by the way, tomorrow I've got to write the week's worth of soul mails. I've got to upload all of the YouTube videos. There's the sweat that you're looking for. See, it's dripping. You see that, right? Wow. Okay, that's not like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but like, your mouth is not on fire, but your head, your body is like, your body is trying to cool the brain down. Why don't you have bread with the potato curry? Because I don't have bread at the moment. It's very rare for me to buy bread. I'm not so much a fan of bread. But if I had the budget for sourdough, I'd be buying it all the time. But I don't currently have the budget for sourdough or ciabatta. If you love me and you love what I'm doing and you love my food and you love my cooking and you love my eating shows, then follow for more. You can also catch all live replays on YouTube. So subscribe to Sean Marbir on YouTube if you want to watch any of the live replays, whether those are the eating shows or the recipe videos or the cooking or whatever. Today I made spicy potato curry. There are a bit of lentils in there, and I had it with pap, which, by the way, my pap was left over. What's your plan for the rest of the year? I have goals for the rest of the year. If you go to my YouTube video called Breakfast at Home of the Bean, you see I wrote a revised list of goals for the next 5 months. So those are taking my priority and my attention. Brad, I don't know if you're Indian, but if you are Indian, you probably know that you've been eating chilies and spice your whole life, that it's very rare for that to actually happen. Like the only time I experienced that out of spice, I'll tell you, I was eating Woolworths habanero sauce. I was very depressed in 2019. I was living in my Midrand apartment. I was severely depressed to the point that I couldn't taste food. I keep talking about this here, there, and everywhere. When I was putting the habanero sauce, and I know because the habanero sauce was introduced to me at Mug and Bean, then I saw that Woolworths has their variant. I remember I couldn't taste food, so I couldn't see that I'm adding like 1/10 of the bottle into my noodles, that's when I experience what you're talking about. But other than that, I haven't. I only buy like 150 rand of electricity, and that's enough for me. I mean, I only have so many things in this apartment: a stove, a fridge, um, and devices to charge. Do you have a geyser? I use the bucket. I use that bucket to boil water. And this morning it took less than 30 minutes. Wait, no, I didn't do it today. When did I do it? Yesterday. Because yesterday was when I went to Mall of Africa, right? Took less than 30 minutes. It's a bath. It's a bath. It doesn't really matter. When you make tea with water from a kettle, do you call it kettle tea? If you make tea with water from a pot, do you call it pot tea? A bath is a bath. Just wash your body. For me, it's convenient here. I've never been the type of person that fills the bathtub with water. I don't know how to do that type of bath. There's a type of bath where people fill the tub with water. Not really full, but like, a third. There's also the type of bath where people stand in a dish with a face cloth and a jug of water. I don't know how to do that one. I haven't made sense of like how you're rinsing. So the bath that I know is the one using a 20-liter or 30-liter bucket. And I love showers, but this is not a shower season for me. It could have been a shower season if I were doing cold showers. Yeah, the geyser, you know what? If you're keeping your geyser on all the time, it's definitely going to eat your electricity because when the water in the geyser decreases in temperature, then the thermostat goes into effect to take it to your desired temperature. And that way, it's always boiling every couple of hours, maybe every 20, 30 minutes, whatever, to always keep it at that temperature. But when I was in my dream apartment in Claremont, I would only put the geyser on an hour before I intend to shower, or if it was winter, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours before. And it used to use around anywhere between 1 to 5 kilowatt hours. I think 1 kilowatt hour. Thanks, expert horse racing tips. If you give tips to horses, how are humans involved? This place doesn't have a geyser. It has this gas water heater, but I don't trust gas fumes. No, Saifullah. I'm currently feeling not in a dating mood. Not in a dating mood. Some of the apartments, you walk past them and you smell the gas fumes. Girl, you're dying. You're doing slow suicide. It's tragic. So, to avoid all of that drama, I just don't do it. Come by me, we can cook together. This is the first time I'm seeing you. This is the first time I'm seeing you. And you start off with that question. You from Durban? No, I'm from Greytown. I think part of my destiny is to explore the lands of the earth. Saifullah wants to know about butter beans curry. As you saw, it just gave me one round of sweat. Where's the habanero chilies? I ate them. I mean, I cooked it into the curry and I ate it. Now my tea is cold and it's only halfway through. I don't have space for dessert. I don't even have the craving for it. But adding a cooling vegetable with your spicy curry is very essential. How do you change your attitude if you're homophobe? I think you need to think about what's triggering you and be honest about it. Even if you're not telling people, be honest about it. It might be something like, I wish I could do that. And then you need to be more clear. Do you wish you could do it that way? Or do you wish you could be free with your sexuality? Or do you wish you could be yourself with nobody judging? Or do you wish you could, whatever it is, make that answer and then do it for yourself? Because you being a homophobe more so feels like you are trapping yourself. Instead of just living in alignment with your freedom, you are choosing to judge somebody else who is living in alignment with their freedom. When I lived in Durban, I did have a crush. And if you know the crush's name, put it in the chat. His parents owned an event company. Find his name and tell me. Who is the guy that's super hot and his parents owned an event company? No, it's not that one. What advice would you give somebody regarding life? Something that you have learned. The only thing you need to do is to exist. Everything else is extra. Career is extra, love is extra, money is extra, passion is extra, joy is extra. The only thing that's needed from you, the only thing that life itself needs to do is survive. And if you are a higher version of life, then your survival is existence. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to be happy all the time, to be perfect, to be aligning with the standards of others. Just live your life. Whatever happens, whatever you make of your life, make it. I don't really have a demographic of the judgments, but I never really, yeah. No, it's not. It's not Tishan. It's not Joe either. Who's the super hot Indian guy whose parents have an event company? And he's on Snapchat. What's his name? How do you forget someone's name? I do. I did forget this person's name. Even though I did get a taste and then I forgot their name. It's been 7 years. I wish I could. Well, I don't even live in Durban anymore, so it doesn't matter. I do the haircut for free. Do you think planets have an influence on our lives? It won't be perceivable to you if you're not meditating. But yes, I do believe that. Um, I think the place is looking cold because of the color of the light. The light is white, so it's giving it, the cold look. What's happening here? What's this? Is this a reflection from somewhere? Yeah, it is a reflection. How old am I? I did eat, yes. I just finished my dinner. If you've joined late. And how am I going to put that pot into the fridge? That's what I'm going to have to figure out now. My next goal has to do with dollar incomes. Over the next 5 years, that's something that I'm working on. Don't earn in rands, earn in dollars, Sean. Don't receive in rands, receive in dollars. Can meditation get rid of anxiety and panic attacks? Yes. SLM depends on the day. Thanks, expert horse racing tips. Thanks for that. Thanks for that one. Mm, the ones that are asking, I doubt they even give it good. I'm gonna make space in my fridge now. Maybe I'll have dessert. Maybe I will. I'll have one. I'll show you. Um, and this is the quarter papaya that I didn't eat. It's not looking safe. Yeah, it's not looking safe. Not looking safe to eat. And here's the lettuce I bought like a month ago. I think I'm gonna throw that out. And here's the plum that I bought a month ago. The curry is still hot. I shouldn't put it in, right? When did the sound go out? Sound variations. Someday I'll have a better mic. Someday I'll have a better tripod. Someday I'll have a better MacBook. It will all come in time, as it usually has. Do you laugh a lot? Not really. No, I don't laugh a lot. If I've ingested the green leaf, then I do laugh. I do. Sometimes some weird things that people say in the chat make me laugh. But most of the time in my life, I'm not laughing. I'm just neutral. I do want to experience more joy. Um, I do want to laugh more. I do want to. I'm already happy in life, but I do want to be. I do want to experience more joy. You know. Thanks, Has. When I eat papaya, when I eat papaya, if I were to eat this papaya, I would swallow all of the seeds. But then some people on the internet are saying like you ingest the anti-parasitic agent, but you don't ingest the binder. So whatever's struggling to escape is burrowing itself deeper into you. So now they're coming up with this new thing. Now I must ingest a binder. There's just a lot to keep track of in terms of health, right? You lived in Durban, yes. I did. I lived in Durban and it was a dark time for so many reasons. So many reasons. When I lived in Durban and I was working at Unilever, I bought my ex an espresso machine. That's how deluded I was about that relationship. That person treated me terribly, but I was addicted to that because I didn't have self worth and self esteem. I thought that it's normal to for somebody to make you feel like you're never enough. I mean, the family members did that, friends did that, workplace always did that. Now your romantic partner is doing that. It felt normal. Okay, I'm gonna make a new cup of tea. This tea is cold and not at all. Don't worry about the past. What must happen with the past then? Not worry, but reflection. Reflection and learning and lessons. Don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Don't put yourself into the same situations over and over. You're signaling to the universe that you haven't really learned the lesson. Um, Sometimes in the past, I've done things. Thanks, Leandra. No, I finished cook the curry, Jomo. How's the potatoes delicious? Um, sometimes, sometimes in the past, I wondered. This is what it looks like. Look at the thickness of the gravy. The thickness of the gravy is really the beautiful part of this curry. Um, Not only did I give MK an espresso machine and had it delivered to his place, but while we were still together, I bought him one of these knives, um, the Scanpin knife, the chef's knife, and I even bought the smaller one. And I realized with dating that I would give these people great gifts, and they would give me not great gifts. They would give me cheap gifts. Like when MK went to the Eastern Cape for something in Grahamstown, he brought me back a watch. And my friend at the time told me, hey, look, I have the same watch. It's 20 Rand on Wish. Who remembers Wish? I was such a fool. I was such a fool. Anyways, soft cooking. I don't know what potatoes these were, but they're almost melting. And it is not cold enough for me to put it into the fridge yet. I kind of, one of the greatest lessons that I practiced recently was the last guy that I hooked up with made me feel like one round wasn't enough. And the lesson that I incorporated was that I feel good about myself and I feel satisfied. And I'm not a porn star or a performer, and I don't need to jump hoops to make anybody pleasured or satisfied. We're humans here, we're not robots or performers or porn stars or any of those things. So when I had that realization that this person is unsatisfied, not because I did anything wrong, but because they just have too high standards that I just don't want to fulfill. That for me was bringing one of the lessons from that relationship in the past, where if the person told me, like, I'm not satisfied yet, I would feel bad about myself. I would feel like I didn't do enough. I would trying to overreach now trying to be fulfilling all of the expectations. But now I'm calm. I'm like, no, thanks. I've had enough. Take care and I wish you well. So when you get to a space where you're happy with who you are, when you're satisfied with who you are, when somebody can say something about you and you don't feel like you need to debate it, you don't need to argue it, you don't need to change their perspective on you, that's a very self-assured space. And it only comes from learning yourself. Learning yourself and trusting yourself and knowing yourself. MK was my ex, for those that are asking. Okay, I'm cold. Let's warm some hot plate. This thing, it's interesting to just be free, to not stick to one role. Did you ever feel like your intimacy was your relationship was a lot of intimacy than anything else? Yeah, yeah. I don't feel like I was seen as a person. I was seen as an object to satisfy someone. And being looked at as an object is not fun. Let me tell you that. I think a lot of you know when you're being seen as something to use, it's not fun. You're a human, you're a person, you have thoughts and feelings. So now I recognize, be yourself. Oh, you know why? I was in the mindset of like, don't really ask for what you want. Just be a little bit. Don't be too much. Remember, that's what they say to you. Don't be too much. Just be a little bit less. You really want the ice cream, but say you actually want the cone. You really want 20,000, but say you want 200. I was like that. Now I realize just be yourself up front. Give me the 20,000 as a deposit, as an investment, and then give me 500,000 in BMW shares, and then give me 2 million in Tesla stock. And then give the other person the opportunity to say yes or no, as opposed to assuming up front you're going to be rejected. So you just ask for a little bit less than what you believe you're worth. And that could be value, that could be a gift, that could be even, I want you to hug me more. Just ask for a little bit less and you get chosen on your little bit less. I don't follow that anymore. I don't follow that anymore. Now I'm fully, wholly upfront myself. If I'm applying for a job and they're like, what annual salary you're looking for? I'm looking for $150,000 a year. If I'm too expensive for you, thanks for letting me know. But if I say $60,000, thinking that $150,000 a year is too much, if I get taken on that $60,000, I'm now cheap labor. I now undersold myself. So now I'm of the mindset of truly fully ask for what you want. Truly fully ask for what you want. It's okay if you get rejected. It's good actually, because if you get chosen based on the lower thing, now you're stuck there. Now you're stuck. But if you get chosen based on being yourself, based on asking for what you really want, now you know that you didn't have to be a smaller version to be accepted. But you know the trauma that I grew up with, that they kind of beat you enough that the smaller version is what you're walking around with. And when you snap out of it, meditation helped me. Remember, there was a cloud all around you. Meditation helped me get out of it, and now I see that if my value is $250,000 per annum, per month, per day, then that's my value. I must ask for it. And if somebody doesn't have the budget, that's fine. But I won't find somebody with the budget if I don't ask for it in the first place. Um, I also don't need anybody to agree with me about what my value is. So the servant can continue being a slave, but not here in my chat. I'm not into your reading. Thanks for that. Okay, another cup of tea. Another cup of tea. Don't tell me a joke. Don't do it. Just milk tea. Thanks for that. I remember talking about it in the solo journeys video. That solo journey is not just about adventure, it's about my peace. And how, honestly, when I walked there to Oriental Plaza, I was I was definitely walking very fast because I'm walking in unfamiliar territory. I have a map, I know which direction I'm moving in, but I don't really know much else about that. So when I got there, I could definitely tell that my entire expression was like this. It was like, thanks, Adi. My entire expression was like ready. For what? For movement, for whatever. Thanks for the heart me. There's now 18 members in our fan club, which I can see it here with the heart. If you want to be an active member of my fan club, simply send a heart me. So I got there and I was on the go. I was like, and then finally I thought to myself, I got here, I ordered the food, I'm sitting down, it's quiet, it's peaceful. Why don't I just relax? And you know what relaxing looks like this? It's just a simple like that. I wasn't relaxed. Even though I was feeling calm, I was feeling cool, I was feeling collected, my body was not registering. I had to confirm with my body, yes, chill. Where's Dinky Donuts? I like the caramel topping. Yeah, so whenever I get to those spaces, I often have to remind myself that walking in the CBD, you have to be on the go. But when you sit down, you don't have to be on the go while sitting down. You can be chilled and relaxed and calm. So it's often something I have to remind myself. Um, the center of the plaza, I didn't go inside, so I definitely want to go inside when if I go back there. World of Samosas and Harry's Cafe is there. I think I should go check that out, but I currently don't have the budget for it, nor do I have the motivation. I don't have the drive to go back there. There are places where I'll go twice, like Mall of Africa. I'll go to Mall of Africa until the end of time. They have amazing clothes. I definitely did see that. And there's so much fabric going on. There's tailors, there's people offering you prices. There's so much going on that I kind of felt like I'm not the audience for you. Like you're offering for me to come in and check out what fabrics you're selling and all of these things, but I'm just there for the food. I'm just looking for food. I only see two spaces and I'm even wondering, like, did I miss out. And now I know that I did miss out. So Rosebank is not interesting to me anymore. Based on the interactions I've had there, it's not interesting to me. Is there a waterfront in Joburg? Don't know, but I can't help it. Okay. Meals under 20, what you talking about? I just cooked potato curry and I ate it with pap. What are you talking about? Let me tell you that the human body doesn't need 3 meals a day. It does not need 3 meals a day. Our ancestors probably ate once a day, probably ate twice a week. And I think that the human body is healthier when there's less food always moving in the intestines. I do get full. Yeah, I do get full. People ask me for pictures. Sometimes they say hi. Sometimes they just stare at me. If you want a picture, take a picture. If you want a picture with me, take a picture with me. If you're talking about those videos, those foods that I was eating were definitely filling. The pap and beans, that's 15 rand. The pap is too much to even eat as one meal. I can't do it. What's something you would change if you could go back in time? I would stick with YouTube from 2018. I would stick with it. Knowing what I've been able to do as a content creator in just 8 months, imagine 4 years, imagine 6 years. No, I love my company. I love myself, I love my own company. I love sharing my journey. I love creating content. Are you cooking now? I finished cook, Sarika. I finished. So I like to get these ginger cakes, which I think that, how much did I say it was? 12 then. I can't remember how much I said it was. But I spread some peanut butter on it, and that's gonna be my dessert. Now that I'm looking at this Rocco Mama's menu, it's kind of making me think about, should I go try Mofo spice again? And this is what it looks like. Who would you want to collab with? Tara Yummy. I want to collab with Tara Yummy. I want to collab with Tana Mojo. I want to collab with Jake Weber. I want to collab with Trisha Paytas. I want to collab with maybe Johnny. I want to collab with, yeah, Those are my favorite creators. Oh, you don't know any of them. You don't know Tara Yummy? Tara Yummy is one of my favorite YouTubers. Not you, Johnny. Johnny Gilbert. Yes, here's the potato curry. So this is my peanut butter. It looks like, oh, it is a yogurt container. Okay. Um, you're the cuter Johnny. Well, that one's. Are you white and emo? Because that one's white and emo. And by emo, I mean like really emo, like dark hair over the front, tattoos, into rock music. Yes, that Trisha Paytas. That apartment, those crying on the kitchen floor videos are iconic. I mean, they're definitely tragic for her at the time. But that was the journey she needed to go through to become who she is today. Let's see your curry. I just ate the curry. We want to see the curry. What? Why? Yeah, she now has 3 kids. And you think she was infertile? In her unloved state, she was infertile. In her loved state, her body changed itself. That shows you the power of love. Let me tell you something. There are stories out there of animals that get abandoned by their mothers, and the teaching is that they don't die from starvation, they die from lack of love and lack of attention. That happened to me. That happened to me. The darkness that you face, a lot of that darkness is about feeling loved, feeling worthy, feeling valued, and so on. So a lot of the turmoil, suffering, and challenge that I've experienced throughout my life, it has always come from that not feeling loved, which I can trace back to those people. I can pinpoint it to them, not feeling loved. But for me to survive now, where did I get the love? Teachers. Yeah. I remember teachers looking at me like I was somebody. And that was very different from what I was experiencing with the family members. So the idea of, not just the idea, the experience of love, it keeps beings alive. Love is a fuel for life. I'm going to keep my earnings to me, but I would say in the next 5 years, my annual goal is 200K in dollars. Yeah, 200K. My annual goal. 50K doesn't feel like it's there. Talia, we're in 2025. The sales of coaching, digital products, and more constitutes work. So where some people are still looking for me to be, polishing the boss's shoes in a factory, I'm sorry, we're not in 1912 anymore. I can completely be self-sustaining by being a content creator. Okay, let's taste. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. It's something that I've learned over this time. They don't consider my life worth anything. They don't consider where I'm living worth staying. They don't consider my work work. Fuck them. Fuck them. Nobody gives a shit. Delicious. I don't think it's massive. I think if you're a UCT graduate, that your minimum starting salary should be 65K. per annum. Now I'm eating ginger cake with peanut butter as my dessert. It's called Jolly Gingers. Swearing is sometimes a better way to express something. Sometimes the better words are those. Look at that. Not me. Hana, this is ginger cake with peanut butter. What's the best way to start your morning? You asking me or you asking for general guidance? For me, I'm usually scrolling. I'm usually scrolling when I wake up. No Sky, I got these Jolly ginger cakes at the local shop, and then I spread some peanut butter. Um, General guidance. Okay, probably to meditate. And your meditation would be a relaxation of your body to prepare your body for the day to come and the demands that might be needed from it, but also to prepare your mind mentally for positive outcomes and beautiful things. The ginger biscuits, I wonder if you're talking about the ones in the choice assorted box. Because these ginger cakes, they have a hint of ginger. Um, and they have real ginger. I mean, look at the ingredients. They have real ginger, so I'm glad about that. Are you a registered taxpayer? Yes, I am. You're going to ask me for my tax number? Ginger nuts. I've seen those, I haven't bought it myself. What places are you discovering in the new week? In this week, I don't think I'm doing any exploration this week. I've got so much footage. I can show you Paul's from the waterfront if I wanted to, which somebody's going to tell me, why does it say December on your till slip? That's because that's when it was recorded. Doesn't mean I haven't uploaded footage from December, yes. Why? Because I'm intentional with my feed. When it's time for me to do French pastries, then it'll be time. I'm a content creator, Sandra. My occupation is marketing. These cakes are soft, as you can see. I'm not sure you can see, but they are soft. Made well. Just a hint of ginger. There's a depth that comes from, somebody said blackjack is molasses. There's definitely a depth that comes from that. This also has cinnamon in it. Oh, and it's made in It's made in a street called Marshall Street. I wonder if I can go to their factory, but why would I want to go there? I'm not so in love with it that I would want to get it cheaper for it's already cheap. It says like 12 rand. Cheaper? Not so much. If that's in love. If it was chocolate, if these were chocolate cakes, which by the way, maybe I should call them and ask them, do you have chocolate cakes? Just swap out the ginger for cocoa. Leave everything else the same. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I might want to try that. Aisha, your questions are annoying. Stop. Stop. When are you releasing another book? Maybe by the end of the month. Yeah. Would you ever come back to Cape Town? I feel like the world is calling my name. When it comes to looking back, I'm not interested. The glamour of Cape Town has fallen away, especially in the final season where I was in Kenilworth and I was seeing racism and I was seeing prejudice and I was seeing how, like, what you think is luxury is actually not. You think living in a suburb is like, it's how it is on TV. It's not like that. There's still dirt, the smell of shit, cockroaches, even in the suburbs, even in the houses that look wealthy and pristine and all of those things. So Cape Town being sometimes in the newspapers and the magazines and the TV shows, you see Cape Town as like the most beautiful place on earth, and clearly they're not seeing Cape Town. They're seeing certain areas, and they're painting those certain areas as Cape Town. So I don't want to experience racism from white people. I don't want to be looked at like, what are you doing here in our neighborhood? I don't want to be targeted by private security officers just because I look suspicious as a brown person. So actually, my view of Cape Town, it's not looking interesting. I know I'm looking there, but I'm actually looking in my mind. It's not looking interesting. Well, what about the peace, the laid back nature? You can get that in Miami. I'm not, I'm not interested. Cape Town is marketed well for tourism, and the tourists don't even venture throughout Cape Town. They go to the same five places and they think that that's Cape Town. Probably not, Jay. Thailand, yes. Thailand is looking interesting. For me, when I go to the same places all the time, like I'm currently doing now in the CBD, I'm not just bored, I'm tired, and I'm like, okay, universe, can we get it? Can we get a move on? I feel like if I go to Tibet, my life will be over. You won't hear from Sean. Why? Because maybe I will have prioritized the spiritual journey entirely. That might mean abandoning life or standard living. I was encouraged to see that Dubai is not all glitz and glam. Could probably find an apartment there for 3,000 rand. Over in a peaceful way. Yeah, over in like I'll be sweeping the ashram, I'll be talking to the guru, I'll be engaging in satsang, I'll be meditating for 12 hours a day. If not, I'll be preparing ingredients for cook or helping out. There'll be really no time. There will be no time to share any social media or really care about the world. If it is the final, then it's not for me now. It's for me at 55. Are you enjoying Joburg? I'm not enjoying it. Do you feel a pull towards solely a spiritual journey? Do you find it hard to integrate both? From what I've learned, from the research I've done, from the readings that I've engaged in, um, it's very rare for you to do solely the spiritual journey. It's very rare. I'd be walking to the edge of the city and I'd be sitting in a forest. And then I think that the challenge of figuring out where your food is going to come from, how you're going to wash yourself, the ascetic lifestyle of those individuals that are so immersed in the God consciousness that they're not concerned with food anymore. They're not concerned with washing themselves anymore. They're just concerned with immersing themselves, in the infinite. I don't feel like that's the right way for me. No, Panda, it's usually the later in life. Like Hinduism has a framework for it where you finish out your worldly duties by around 55 to 60 years old. And then from that point onwards, all you're doing is that. All you're doing is focusing on God. So I'm going to follow that model. Well, if you're not, sometimes life will push you in a certain direction. Sometimes you get pushed in that direction when you make a choice. What time are you going to sleep tonight? I should be going now. Thanks for joining me for dinner, and I could see that. Um, I'm glad. I'm glad that you enjoyed dinner. You're going to find the live replay on my YouTube channel. It's Sean Marbir on YouTube. You can also find it through the link in my bio. I'm not sure if you saw, but I uploaded a solo journeys video where I visited Oriental Plaza and I got samosas. So go check out that video, share it with your friends, and go buy my ebook Solo Journeys. If you feel excited when you watch that video, and if you want to, live with more courage, live with more risk, and treat your life like an adventure, I wrote that book to help you do so. My ebook Solo Journeys is 100 Rand. Thanks, Bam Bam. Thanks for the club cheers. Appreciate that. How many sides your samosas had? 3 sides. I got 8 samosas. I got 3 potato, 3 cheese and chili, and 2 sweet corn and cheese. Go get that. Go get my ebook Solo Journeys. You can also check out my other ebooks: Meditation for Beginners, Peace and How to Have It, and the Authenticity Blueprint. All to the link in my bio. I also sent out Sunday Soul Mail at 6:30. So if you want to receive emails from me that support you with your peace, calm, and clarity on your spiritual awareness and spiritual development journey, you can subscribe to Soul Mail through the link in my bio. Shaisa, where can I find those videos? Which videos you're talking about? Hi 520. You can also follow me on all of my social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on X, I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Total Freedom with Sean. I also have a personal Facebook profile, and my YouTube channel, which now you know, is where you can catch all of the live replays. If you missed any eating show, if you missed any recipes, if you missed any, other items, me trying something somewhere, get ready with me, and so on, you'll find it there. The titles are different, the themes are different, the lessons are different, the skills are different, the practical actions, aspects are different. Oh, Shaisa, you're going to find them on my YouTube channel. Sean Mahabir on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Solo Journeys is about living with more courage, taking more risk, and treating your life like an adventure. Peace and How to Have It is about how to handle thoughts, mind, and peacefulness in your life. The Authenticity Blueprint is about breaking free from limiting beliefs, living authentically, and being unapologetically you. And then Meditation for Beginners is a starter guide to meditation. So from even the title, it's fairly clear that these are different books that have different things to offer. Yeah, you can also get my meditation course with the link in my bio if you're interested to learn how to meditate. But other than that, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed dinner. I did, and I even had dessert. So I'm going to put these items away. And go to bed because I am feeling tired. I'm feeling tired, and I can kind of see it like here that, feeling tired. Thanks, Don. Have a wonderful week as well. Stay uplifted, stay in alignment, and keep taking actions on those things that matter to you. We're getting towards the end of the year, and when you reflect on the year, will you be able to say that you took action on those things that matter to you? Remember, the things that matter to you are very likely not things that matter to other people. So also be okay with that. When you take actions on things, it does not look like actions to others. Be okay with other people disagreeing with your way of life, with your standards of living, and whether you're successful or not. Because in the eyes of somebody, you'll never be good enough, and therefore it's not even worth it to try to match their satisfaction, match your own. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. And have a wonderful evening. Bye, everyone.